Felix! The Fripp is sick!
What?
The Fripp is sick!
What should we do?
I don't know, man. But you need to think about something.
We must go on without him. We have to.
Yeah, man. Fuck the Fripp. But I miss him, though. Let's begin.
Hello, I'm Major Flesk.
I'm Mr. Johnson.
This is End of Discussion. This is a show where we talk about games, we discuss them, review them. We then mock Johnson about his grammar.
Fuck you, Felix.
Yeah, so this is episode 2 of End of Discussion, so we're gonna talk about Pokémon. So here we go.
Generation 2! Okay, we're gonna talk about the story here. Well, this game takes place 3 years after original game. And let's just say that it's like an original Pokemon game. Like all others. It's, let's say that, well, you're a 10-year boy. 10-year-old boy, yeah. And you're going out on a little trip, as I used to call it, once when I was on a Pokemon journey myself with my Pokemons, the Fripp and Major. And, well, you need to clear all the 8 Pokemon gyms and go to Pokemon League and defeat the Elite Four and the champion. And we got this fucking mom here that's kind of spoiled. Not spoiled her son though, but you are spoiling her by in the beginning of the game. Let's just say that in the beginning of the game she asks you, "Can I have some bit of money that you win in these matches? Just give me a little bit and I can sort them for you." Well, fuck you, Mom! I don't want to give you my money so you can fucking buy super potions from them I'm Mr. Johnson, and I'm out.
Let's talk about gameplay here.
Because the fucking Fripp ain't here!
Yeah! This game handles like a rock, paper, scissors game.
Let's try it! Rock, paper, scissors! Fuck! You destroyed my Bulbasaur!
My Charmander is superior.
Yeah, so you get the original point. It's like a rock, paper, scissors game with all the classes like that. Like water, grass, and fire. And all the other.
And also, when we're talking about the classes, the types.
The types, yeah.
We got 2 new ones in this game.
Steel and Dark. They added Steel because of the
rock. The rock type was very superior. It could squash the bugs and nothing was really. Only fighting types and water could actually handle it.
Yeah.
So they need something more to just take it down.
Yeah, and Dark did they add because the psychic Pokemon was fucking overpowered. I don't know. Did I have the ghost types in the original game?
Yes.
Yes. So it was the bug types and the ghost types that could take down the fucking psychic types. And let's just say there weren't many of them.
And there weren't really many good bug types either.
No. The only good bug type was Butterfree. Butterfree.
Beedrill.
Butterfree.
Beedrill.
Let's just punch
I'm
them.
Major Flesk.
And I'm Mr. Johnson.
And we're out.
We're out.
I'll take care of the design as usual. We got this new system. Game Boy Color. The Game Boy Color. So for the first time we can have a Pokemon game with multicolored Pokemons and multicolored towns and everything like that. It ain't that nice. It's nice, ain't it? We also have for the first time ever in Pokemon Crystal, the female character. And ever since, you have always been the female. And we do love the females, don't we? I'm Major Flesk, and I'm out. So now when we explain the game, should we give it discussions?
Yeah. Okay.
We got the story first. We got to discuss a couple of things.
Yeah.
Got here. The story is usually your.
Yeah.
Your expertise.
I can look it up what I wrote down. I think I wrote down that it's from the 3 years after original game.
Yes. The Pokemon Gold, the Generation 2 is takes place 3 years after the original game.
Yeah, it's quite interesting actually, because they did that with the new ones, Pokemon Black and White.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
Like I don't know really what how many years it has been.
Between one Black and White 1 2, but that's not what we're discussing.
No, for another time. Well, and we got this spoiled little mom.
Yeah, the spoiled mother. Yeah, the first thing she does when she sets him out, she has a 10-year-old son.
Yeah.
Slash daughter in Crystal.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that later. She has a 10-year-old son, which wants to go out adventure with Pokemon, and she lets him.
Yeah.
Go out with a dangerous monster. To go out, fight and catch other dangerous monsters and fight them against each other. She lets her 10-year-old son do that, but the last thing she actually says to him is if he can give her half the money for all his winnings. And that just means that she doesn't want to work, and she lets her 10-year-old son provide for her.
Yeah.
Through fighting with animals.
And have you seen the conspiracy say about the Professor Oak thing? Or all the professors? Like, I have studied Pokemons for all my life. Here's my empty Pokédex.
Will you fill it for me? Don't you already have one?
Yeah, and like, is your mom single? Here's my Pokédex.
Basically, he just asks for permission to date your mother.
Yeah.
Have you read the fanfics?
Fanfics about
Professor Oak days.
Yeah.
Ash's mother.
Yeah. I've read the fanfics. really many actually. I don't.
I've read quite a lot too.
Yeah. Well, the original story actually is that you are a 10-year-old Pokemon trainer that actually starts and you need to get all the gym badges and you need to complete the Pokemon League. Simple story actually. I like how it's slow paced it is. It's many side quests and I like the things when it is side quests, like which is story driven in its own way.
Yeah, it's a lot of playability. I know that when I have after I read game cartridge, which I played the most on, and I have over 250 recorded hours on that one.
Yeah.
So Pokemon games always have had a great replayability and a long playtime for you.
Yeah.
Since there's always stuff to do.
Yeah. I when I was younger and had a Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire or Emerald. Oh, I had the Emerald. I played it through 4th grade to 6th grade constantly. I think I had almost all the Pokemons, but I had that stupid friend that had Deoxys and Jirachi. They wouldn't trade them. That motherfucker wouldn't trade them. But let's discuss Generation 2.
I also have Jirachi. I still have Jirachi on my DS.
I hate you. Well, that's the original story actually. That you are a 10-year kid, completed Pokemon League.
Yeah. So that's not very much to add. You got the ordinary that there's a league. You got Team Rocket.
Yeah, Team Rocket
as well.
It's just that Giovanni, the boss from Red and Blue, he was
defeated by Red, the original Pokemon trainer 3 years ago. That you actually meet up on a mountain with his level 90 Pikachu and last of his Ivysaur, Venusaur, Charizard, and a Snorlax and a Lapras.
Yeah, that's the hardest trainer you're gonna meet.
Yeah.
You can actually say that you're finished with Generation 2 when you have beaten Red.
Yeah, actually, I think well, let's say you need to collect all the Pokemon to actually...
100% completion, you need the full national list.
Yeah.
Which is getting harder and harder for every generation.
Yeah, every generation.
It's almost 700 Pokemon now, I think. And
it's gonna be 700 Pokemon.
It's like, I think it's like 650 right now, and they're gonna get over the 700 when X and Y is released.
I wonder if they're gonna go with the games up to 1000 Pokemon.
They probably are going to.
Yeah.
And doesn't matter how people think they look or how stupid they think it is that they make a new Pokemon all the time. Every Pokemon fan is gonna buy that game.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna do like the Star Wars franchise here. Let's say that you made 3 movies. Well, we can make 3 more movies. So we do 3 prequels.
Let's explain who Darth Vader is.
Yeah!
Through 3 movies.
That dies in the 3rd movie of the first movie.
On the first trilogy, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they sold the rights to someone else and they gonna make at least another 5 movies. A new trilogy and 2 origins. One about Boba Fett and Yoda. And this is not what we're going to discuss.
No! We're going to
We're not supposed to discuss Star Wars here.
Yeah.
We're supposed to discuss Pokemon.
Well, let's... the story is completed, okay? Yeah. I have talked about the story. So let's go to the gameplay.
The gameplay, well, this is the Fripp's responsibility to do, but he's sick today.
The Fripp.
So he's at home, trying to get his life together.
The Fripp! We need you!
I hope Fripp sees this. We really need you next week, we're gonna tell you what's happening next week in this episode.
Yeah.
And what Fripp is responsible to do.
The fucker.
Yeah, the gameplay.
Yeah.
We have here the rock, paper, scissors mechanics. You got every type.
Yeah.
It's at least 2 other types and is beaten by at least 2 other types.
Yeah.
So we got this rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Yeah. Let's say, which types are they? They are fire.
We're not gonna count these. It's around 20. I think they add up to 17 in the
fire, water, grass, and fuck do I know?
We know they added steel and dark because psychic was very OP. So they added another type that could beat psychic, and we got steel who could take down another one who can take down rock. Which only fighters could do in the original.
It was introduced in the 2nd generation.
Yeah.
Well, the gameplay isn't changing much in Pokemon. Really.
No, it never is. It's just more different attacks.
Yeah, and
but used in the same way.
They try to spice it up with different things to battle. Like they does double teams and now they got triple teams.
Yes,
really.
Yeah, and a new evolution every generation. Eevee always gets a new evolution. I think.
But not in black and white.
Not in black and white and not in Ruby Sapphire, I think.
No.
But in the X and Y, every other.
Yeah.
Every other game they add. In X and Y, it's gonna get at least 1 more.
I think it's a flying type.
It might be.
Yeah.
I think it's so too. They have introduced it, so they have actually released the information.
Yeah.
Yes.
They hadn't introduced the type yet.
No,
that's
okay.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything more to do? Yeah, I know a thing about the gameplay that's fucking ridiculous.
What?
Fire repels.
Fire repels?
Yeah.
Ooh. The caves. Ooh, the caves. All the caves.
All the caves. And this is the thing about RPGs. This is the thing that I don't really like RPGs. Other RPGs like Final Fantasy. I actually haven't played that game, but
I have a question to you fans. Have you played Golden Sun? If not, don't. If you have, wasn't this amazing? It was amazing, wasn't it? I love Golden Sun.
Let's do it for another time.
Yeah, we're gonna do Golden Sun.
Yeah, I have.
Pokemon is a bit like Golden Sun. You walk around in and the Final Fantasy. You walk around the open world.
Yeah.
You're gonna meet two mana monsters you don't want to meet, and you have to fight them. Not because you actually have to, but because if you wanna actually be strong enough to complete the next boss.
Yeah,
You actually have to grind like that. And Pokemon it's a bit like that.
it was like me. I grinded up my fucking for alligator to level 65, or I think, before I had beaten all the gyms.
Yeah, I installed the emulator, and then Johnson, I think he completed the Elite Four for the second time after the 16 Qs when I installed my emulator.
Yeah. No, you had gotten to the 4th gym and I had beaten the game. Actually.
Yeah, I still have only beaten the 4th game this time.
Yeah.
I've beaten the game so many times before.
Yeah.
I said screw this shit.
Design!
Design, and master of the universe, design. I'm gonna take up, like I did last week, this is also a game that came for a new console. This was the new handheld console, the Game Boy Color. The Pokémon Yellow was also on the Game Color, but it had a theme that was one color for every city, and then actually the color theme was actually pretty much the same like in the last movies, last games.
Let's just say that it, like in Red and Blue,
the entire game was blue or the entire game was red.
Yeah.
And yellow, the entire game was looked exactly the same, but they switched colors.
Yeah.
Now in Pokemon Gold, they actually in Generation 2 they actually introduced new colors, and there was multicolored Pokemon, multicolored status, and everything was in more colors.
Yeah.
So it was a great, well, it was a new thing.
Yeah, and I like the colors. It's a beautiful game.
Yeah.
Let's just round it up. Do I have anything more to say?
It's the first female character. The Pokemon Crystal, which was released slightly after Pokemon Gold and Silver, they actually introduced the first female character.
Yeah.
The first time you can actually play like a girl, and that trend I think it was appreciated by the fans because they went on and you can from Pokemon Crystal you have I've always been able to play as a girl.
I think I was a girl in Emerald, and then I got called gays and stuff.
I was a girl in Crystal and
Gay!
then I've been a boy since then.
Yeah, I actually like that you can be both genders because all the games don't. Not all the games that are story driven don't have that.
No, because I don't know. Yes, this kind of game which you can switch. It doesn't have yes, you are the main character. It doesn't have a set up main character.
Yeah.
So actually, the Pokemon games is a kind of game where you can switch around the main character however you want.
Yeah.
Because it can be a boy, it can be a girl, it can be named Joanne, it can be named
Fucktard.
Niklas, for example.
Nicholas. Yeah.
It can be called.
A live audience right there. Nicholas.
We have a live audience this week.
Yeah!
I hope that the microphone took that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have that much for design actually.
Yeah, it's just a simple game that had a great gameplay. It had great story. Well, no, not great story, but it had some parts of the story that were really good.
Yeah.
And then it's the great design. It's a perfect game.
Yeah, it's a great game.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that it's a Pokemon game, so it doesn't matter if it's great or not, everyone's buying it.
Yeah, actually, they just be like on the Nintendo farm like there and milking that cash cow.
Yeah.
Just let's round this up, shall we?
Yeah, we're gonna round this up. Thank you for watching the episode 2 of the discussion. This was a lot more fast-paced. You can ship it out. Just give us comments about what you think about the more fast-paced discussion.
Yeah.
With a little less and more.
The
just straight on to the matter.
Yeah, and you can also find us on Facebook and like on Twitter, I think.
You can find me on Twitter at least. Can I find you on Twitter?
No, I'm not on Twitter.
You can find me on Twitter. I'm Twitter at Mayorflesk.
Well, let's say I'm going to be at Twitter soon too.
On Facebook we are The Other Sherman. And that's 3 words, The Other Sherman.
Yeah.
And also, yes, like our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So, we're gonna say thank you for this episode.
And next week's game.
Yeah, I was gonna go. That next week's game is Red
Dead Redemption!
For the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3.
And the fruit will come.
The Fruit will be here because he's hosting that episode.
Oh, we're
So-
gonna hang him.
We are gonna hang him.
Let's cut to the sketch! Nu tänker jag bli allra bäst och bygga upp ett lag. För jag ska söka och fånga flest och träna dem var dag. Jag ska resa från stad till stad efter Pokémon. Så får jag se från grad till grad var klassen kommer ifrån. Pokémon måste fånga mig, du och jag. Tillsammans är vi ett lag. Min bästa vän, vi räddar världen om igen. Pokémon måste fånga fler.